Welcome to Momentum Sunday. Today is June 23rd.
23rd.
What's going on, Howard? Are you still making fun of my accent or what?
How is your accent getting worse?
It's possible.
Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, it was pretty active as usual, yeah.
Nice. So this Ebb 45, I'm going tomorrow.
Okay, you said that last week, so we'll see.
Yeah, well, I'm not scared of it. Max can't get Max off his ass. All right, let's all-time high this thing.
All right, let me share my screen. Here we go.
There she blows.
All right, this is the S&P 500. Let me pull up a longer-term chart.
Triple top.
I mean, we don't know if it's a top. The area around 290, 300 has been kind of resistance for the past year and a half. But it seems this time we have enough going on for equities to break out above it. And with the interest rates so low, and with the Fed willing to even cut them further down the year.
Yeah, a couple people, the Minnesota guys lobbying for the job.
Almost all assets are breaking out. We have equities, we have U.S. Treasuries, we have even gold breaking out, like near multi-year high, and also cryptocurrencies. I mean,
yeah, we've got pretty much all the asset classes working.
Only the U.S. dollar is, I mean, naturally is kind of pulling back, but it's not looking that bad yet. It's still in an uptrend. It's normal for one asset class to crack when everything else is going up.
Yeah, and it's been in such a long-term range. The wild card will be the headlines.
Yeah, all the tariffs.
Yeah, it feels like we're going to get through here, as we talked about last week. So what are we seeing? What looks good to you?
I mean, there are quite a few stocks that are looking good, and they're setting up. This earnings season is almost over. I think there are, I don't know, maybe a couple dozen companies left to report. I think Nike is one of them, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Yeah, this week Nike reports. After that quick,
they kind of pre-announced saying that China. They already wrote that letter to the government saying, you know, the tariffs are really going to screw them. So I don't think there'd be any surprise. You know, you can see it dip down there into the mid 70s on the.
Yeah, most retailers have managed to come back after a pretty significant hit. I mean, at some point, the retail sector was down for the year, and it still look, you know, worse than many of the other sectors. But at least it has bounced.
Yeah, but retail is going to continue to be a nightmare. It's just specific retailers that do well. So yeah, Nike this week, and then all of a sudden next month we're in reporting season again.
Yeah, about 3 to 4 weeks. And what's interesting about that period before the next earnings season is that we might see something known as pre-earnings momentum drift. So stocks that gapped up on earnings during this season and kind of consolidated sideways or just pulled back slightly, they might start to break out again before their next earnings report as speculators try to front run each other. So in a good market,
the leading sectors are so extended already, but
software is kind of extended, but we see a breakout followed by kind of sideways consolidation. So most of them continue to act constructively, even though Thursday, Friday, we saw some distribution signs in some of them, but that's normal.
So what are you looking at specifically?
I mean, for example, let's take a look at this one, UPLD, kind of blow off breakout and then reversal. Then if they lose that 50-day, I think they can easily drop to 40, for example. It's just one software stock that I'm seeing that it's, first of all, remember that bull markets are low correlation markets of stocks, and we see a constant sector rotation. And while the general market averages might remain flat or slightly up, we might see substantial pullbacks in separate sectors.
Yeah, that was a nice looking. That's a nice looking company. Not growing the fastest, but all right. What else are you looking at? What's Twilio?
Okay, on the long side, let's talk on the long side. I think Disney's kind of setting up.
Yeah.
I mean, with the past few days, like Tight Train
came out this weekend. My son saw it, said it was pretty funny.
Yeah, Tight Train near its all-time highs.
Yeah, they're gonna have a great summer. Yeah, I mean, if the Dow's gonna move, they're gonna take come for this and come for Boeing. So I'm long Disney, no complaints. It's setting up.
Yeah, and the other one that is kind of
been trying to get through this 142.
Yeah, looking for that.
Hasn't been able to do it, but this would be the week with Toy Story.
It's been a volatile market, but in a good market, this company is squeezing higher.
Yeah,
and even company like Boeing that took a pretty severe beating this year.
Yeah, have a feeling it's setting up. There's a lot of bad news priced in. Doesn't interest me. Doesn't interest me.
On the wrong side. Yep. And also Facebook, they're also setting up.
Yeah, it's setting up. Everybody hates them. Libra's 50-50, evil, panned, licensed to print money, not sure. But as an international play with the remittances, and it's interesting. I mean, I'm long. Okay, what's give a couple names from our momentum list, Ivan.
Let me see. So last week we saw quite a significant move in biotech.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting if that move continues or we see some form of consolidation. Remember last week we talked about how the biotech sector itself doesn't look healthy or constructive, but then we had at least 10 names, 10 individual biotech stocks.
Yeah. But what we talked about still on this list here up high, cardiovascular.
Yeah. And then we had that acquisition.
Yeah, CSI looks interesting to me. I'm long. It's in the equipment space.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you had a beautiful breakout and now a pullback to that breakout. So that's, if you miss that breakout, that's a good area to.
Medical device has been hot. These stocks aren't going to triple and quadruple, but the setup's perfect. I'm long. We talked about it last weekend. Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't know much about the stock, but technically it's setting up perfectly, and it's in the right sector, the medical equipment. If we go to Koifin, Ivan, and pull up XLV, we can take that apart in 2 seconds. The ETF. So if you want to look at an ETF, everybody, just go to Koifin. And we talked about a little bit about last week. The XLV is the healthcare ETF. Yeah, if you just go to XLV,
yeah, I'll go there. There we go.
And we can pull up the components. I forget how you pull up the.
It's gotta be lots of. Just 1 second. I'm pretty sure it was here. Okay. Oh, I just need to add it from here. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, this is XLV ranked by 6 months momentum.
Yeah. So Dentsply is a that's medical equipment. That's for the dental industry. Let's pull up that one.
Which one? MTD?
X-ray. X-ray.
X-ray.
So this is an old favorite of mine. Had a couple really rough years.
Wow.
Coming back into. It's basically only pure play in this space, which is dental supplies and products. So, it's back going to the monthly, Ivan. I don't know if I like it in here. It's going to be a lot of sellers from the last few years come in here, but that's one to keep on the list. But that's driving the XLV. Okay, let's go back to I think Celgene hit an all-time high.
They had an acquisition offer, so I don't think they'll be moving a lot. So we can just skip this one.
But can we break down which ones were medical equipment? I guess there's no quick way to do that.
I don't know.
scroll a little bit more.
I mean,
Danaher, keep
these are
going.
the components.
Oh,
If I'm buying, it's kind of breaking down. So
yeah. Just trying to see if anything stands out to me. Just keep scrolling down. ZTS, that's the pet spinoff from Pet Drugs, spinoff from Pfizer. Stock's been crazy good, ZTS. This pet biotech, you know, boring and steady. Okay. Let's just scroll down a little bit more. Thermo Electron's been a striker. SYK has been a great stock. Great again. So it's a lot of Baxter. So it's a lot of medical equipment. Okay. So within XLV,
I think
which
here,
one?
EW, if they kind of consolidate here, I mean, looks like a decent base here. Let's see.
And if you want to be lazy, you can just own the ETF. Looks pretty interesting here. XLV gives you a little bit of a mix of biotech, but you can see here it's kind of spent a couple of years going so. I guess above 95, it's interesting. There's no rush. Okay, and there's the biotech, which kind of
doesn't look that exciting, but we'll see.
It's covering up some of the stuff that's really working, which is the genetic and the cancer stuff. Like I said last week, if you got Biden and Trump both yammering about curing cancer at this point, which is great. You know, this is, you know, it's the number one scary thing once you hit my age. Everybody's thinking about cancer. Okay, what else was on the list there, Ivan? I mean, we won't go through the whole thing.
As always, there are 50 stocks. I think this one is setting up again. Avalara, it's accounting company, I think, and we swing traded it last week for quick 5-6 points, and now it's kind of setting up again.
Yeah, looks good. Let me see it on the weekly.
Yeah, it's all-time high. It's a recent IPO, so it is setting up near all-time high.
So it's only been public a year. Yeah, very nice. Yeah. Okay. I still just quick flash through some of the restaurants, McDonald's and Chipotle's. I don't think
both of them are looking good
last week.
CMG, let's take a look at the weekly.
It's trying. I mean, it's going to take a while if it eats through that resistance. Yeah, I mean,
that area near 750 has been tough. So
well, it makes sense. It was a deep correction for a couple of years. 3 years really to be exact. So, you know, above 750 with some momentum, the stock is going to go much higher.
All-time highs. And so
I'm not sure how the weak dollar affects if a weak dollar affects this. And there's my favorite restaurant.
Probably doesn't, but McDonald's, it would help it.
Yeah, it would help. But they got a lot of things going right for them. Okay, so not much has changed in the last week. I mean, I think we get through these highs. But there is a lot of speculation out there. But at the same time, a lot of people underinvested. I can just feel it.
That's a good thing.
And a lot of people are overinvested in FANG. And
the small caps are lagging, so we'll see if they can catch up.
Why do you think? Is it because of interest rates and banks in there?
I mean, we have to take a look at the how many stocks are from the financial sectors, what percentage. I don't think it's more than 8, 9. So but it's energy and banks that is keeping it down, I think.
Yeah, I think it's banks. How are the home builders looking?
I think they're looking good. Let's see.
XHP maybe.
It's near all-time highs, which of course with record low interest rates, and especially in South California, real estate prices continue to.
Yeah, one I looked at last week, I put some on Friday a little bit at the end of the day, was with not a lot of conviction. It's heavily short is Taser, AAXN.
AAX. Oh, they changed their symbol. Okay.
Yeah, as a branding thing.
Oh, interesting.
You know, heavily shorted. You know, hated, but
0.6 days. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, it's from Arizona. Like, is your neighbor the CEO or what?
No, they're very wealthy. They've been at it forever. These brothers, Kev Smith brothers. But I'm intrigued by it.
Yeah, definitely interesting setup.
Kind of a massive base, and if you look at the gun stocks, Ruger, they've gone nowhere. They've gone nowhere.
Let's see. Let's pull up a longer term.
They've gone
nowhere. They did amazing under Obama, and then not that well under Trump.
Yeah.
Look at that. Under Obama, 6 to 60.
Yeah, Smith & Wesson too, SWHC.
WHC.
So I think there's something afoot. You got an extra ticker in there. SWHC. C.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, but anyways, yeah, it looks interesting to me. The taser play. It's all right. Your machine says that. Oh, maybe they changed their ticker. They might have changed their ticker.
I don't see it.
But in the gun sector, it's interesting that Ruger's gone sideways and we've got Taser. But they also make cameras that the cops are now wearing or forced to wear, and they have a cloud-based system for tracking all this stuff. So, anyways, not growing terribly fast, but projected to start to grow pretty fast. And I'm doing a little work on it, but I have a tiny little position on as of Friday. It closed at pretty much all-time highs, but pretty volatile. It's been known to have deep corrections. Okay, Ivan, have a great week.
You too, Howard. See you next week, guys.